Alright, today we are doing cube root function, solving equations. Yesterday we did square root, so of course we finish it out by doing cube root, okay? And it says solutions equal x-intercepts equal roots equal zeros. They all mean the same thing, okay? So if it says find the solutions, or find the x-intercept, find the roots, or find the zeros, they mean find the same thing, which means solve for it. Steps, it says if possible, isolate the radical. That means get it by itself. And the radical means the cube root. So everything that's under that radical, that's called a radical. Isolate that, get it by itself on one side of the equation, then raise each side of the equation to the power that matches the root. All right? We've been doing this already. It says to eliminate the radical sign. So we got to raise each side to the power that it matches. Then we solve the remaining equation, okay? We only have two examples, shouldn't be too bad. All right, so number one, we have 6 minus 5, and then the cube root of 38 minus 3x equals negative 19. So first step, we need to isolate the radical. So we see this 6 here first, and then we see this negative 5 being multiplied by the radical. So we're going to subtract 6 first. Subtract 6. We're just doing our basic get it by itself steps. So this is negative 25. All right, and that equals, let me change colors. All right, and that equals negative 5 cube root of 38 minus 3x. All right, then we know we need to divide by negative 5 because it's still not by itself. Divide by negative 5. Divide by negative 5. And then we have the cube root, it's finally by itself, 38 minus 3x equals negative 25 divided by negative 5 is 5, okay? Now from here, as it says step 2, it says raise each side of the equation to the power that it matches. For these, they're cubes. They're cube roots, so we raise it to the power of 3. But what we do to one side, we must do to the other. Oops, see? Make sure you know it's a 3. All right, so the cube root of something cubed, these just cancel out. All right, and we're left with 38 minus 3x, all right, equals 5 to the power of 3. So 5 times 5 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25, and 25 times 5 is 125, okay? Then from here, it's just basic solving. We need to get x by itself. Minus 38, negative 3x equals, and then remember you can put this in the calculator, 125 minus 38, it equals 89. Then our final step is divide by negative 3, divide by negative 3, x equals 89 divided by negative 3 is negative 29. And we're done. All right. So that takes care of that. Let's move on to number 2, and then we're done. It shouldn't be too bad. All right. So this time we have 17 equals negative 3 plus 4 times the cube root of 5x. So first we know we need to get the radical by itself. So first we're going to add this 3 to both sides, and we get 20 equals 4, because this goes away, 4 times the cube root of 5x. Now we know we need to get that radical by itself. There's a 4 in the way being multiplied. So divide by 4, divide by 4. Once again, we have 5 equals the cube root of 5x. All right? Then from here, we're going to raise it to the power that it matches. All right, 5 cubed, as we just saw up there, is 125 equals 5x. Then this one is easy to finish it out. Divide by 5, divide by 5. X equals 25, and we're done. Okay, that's it. That one was really simple. Again, we move the negative 3 over by adding 3 to both sides, and we get 20 equals 4 cube root of 5x. We still need to get rid of that 4. Divide by 4, because remember, it's right next to it. So that's it being multiplied by it, not added or subtracted. So divide, 20 divided by 4 is 5. Finally, the radical is by itself, so we can cube root it to get rid of the radical. We cube root it, we cube root both sides. 5 cubed is 125. And then remember, when we cube the radical, it just cancels out, so we're left with 5x. And then we need to still solve for x. 125 equals 5x. Divide both sides by 5. X is by itself, so x is equal to 25. And that's it for cube root functions. See, video didn't take so long. Just follow those steps. Get the radical by itself, then raise it to the power of 3 for cube root, to 2 for square root, like we did yesterday, and then solve. Okay? Complete the worksheet.